Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. Coming up, we're heading to scenic Rockport for a look at a New England-inspired studio and gallery owned and operated by artist couple Ingrid and Rachel Kinnunen. You're Rusty, you're Ingrid. What is Rusty and Ingrid, the shop? What do you do?
Well, we're an artist couple. We work together and we create handmade fine art screen prints.
What is unique about our shop here in Rockport is that it's not just a gallery where we can show our work and sell our prints, but it is where we make them, and it makes them more special, we think, if people can see the process, because a lot of people are not sure what is a screen print, and we both believe strongly that people want to experience that and be part of that and see how things are made.
What is the design process? How does it work?
We start with the inspiration, the scene that we want to make. We decide together, what is it going to look like? What do we need to include? Is it going to be a ski print? Is it going to be a landscape or seascape? We use reference photos, we use sketches to make the design, and then we take that sketch, that design, and we decide together, how are we going to turn this into a screen print? And there are many steps to do that, but ultimately we take that sketch and then we create a multicolor design that we can then turn into a print that is printed one color at a time.
We are right in the heart of Rockport. You have a storefront on Dock Square. Tell me how this area impacts what you do.
The one great thing about Rockport is it's so iconic, yet it's so accessible. It's close to Boston, it's close to lots of places in New England.
And we want to create artwork for the people who come to visit that maybe represents something of their time here, but it also represents us because we love living in Rockport. It feels like a dream that we get to live here. It's so beautiful, it's inspiring. We love the community here, the business community, the art community, and to have our store right downtown is like a dream come true for us. And to be right here, especially so close to where we are inspired and the types of imagery that we create, it's great. And we're always thinking about, what else can we make and what other designs we can make just based here where we are.
Growing up in New England, where there are a lot of places that we love, and we want to represent New England in general, not just the coast. We spend summers up on a lake up in Maine, and so a lot of our scenes represent the lakes of Maine or the coast of Maine. And then when we're thinking about New England in the winter, we think about the mountains and skiing, and so we create designs that way.
Our work is all about New England, and we always try to capture the feeling, not just like the specific places, but we do notice that our customers will come in and say, this really captures New England. It captures the feeling of the places that I love, and we're so happy when that happens because we love these places, we love the locations that we're depicting, and we feel like they represent us because we're from here.
Why did you decide to do screen printing? Because it seems like there are a lot of steps involved and it's a lot of work.
The basic idea is that we wanted a handmade printing process that is relatively efficient to do so that we could offer a real handmade piece of fine art at a more affordable price than, say, an original painting. If you're doing an original painting, you can only have one of them and you have to price it accordingly. That is a little out of reach for a lot of people. And then we also didn't want to do digital prints or photocopies of art. We wanted something in between. We wanted something that was a handmade process.
We both are trained as painters and we love painting and we just love art making. And it also just made a way for us to build this as a business and to have help and to sell at arts markets. And that's just the way we realize that we can make a living as artists.
All of these are handmade and you have so many iconic places. One that I noticed in particular was Fenway Park.
So when we're thinking about that design, I was thinking about the very first time that I went to Fenway and trying to bring that sense of nostalgia into the work.
And everyone will bring their own memories to that print and it will mean different things to different people.
It's a balance of like, if you put too much detail into a design, then people will look at it and say, well, I was at that place, but not on that day. The lighting was different, or I didn't see that. So the process of abstracting the forms and simplifying the colors creates more opportunity for people to project their own memories into the work. That's how we found over time, the more abstract our work is, the more people can kind of connect to it.
From the photograph, to the sketch, to the ink, to the print, and all the steps in between. What is it like seeing a scene that you love and bringing it to life for other people to enjoy?
Well, it's a discovery process because it's not gonna look and feel like the photograph in the end. And in fact, some of designs come from our imagination and have no photo reference at all. It's exciting just to see where it will go.
Given that every print is done one color at a time, you must really emphasize every single shade. How do you go about picking each color for your artwork?
Screen printing shows the colors really well. They're solid colors and they present really well. And we're using minimal colors when we make designs. So that means that each color is very important. We want all of our prints to coordinate really well together so that people can collect several pieces, hang them in their house, and they look good together.
We mix all of our own colors. We never use a color straight from the store. And we really think about each color, its significance, because there's so few colors, so each one matters a lot, and we go back and forth about how to make these colors work together really well.
People can walk in, they can buy a print, but they can also see the process in action, which I think is really cool.
The most excited is when you see the customer react to the design, because we see it come together, we are happy about how the colors came out, but what really is meaningful is when somebody walks into the store, looks at the design, and has an emotional reaction or says, it reminds me of my childhood, of my experience at this place. And that's when we realize, okay, this works, because it's not just about our experience and the design we make, but how other people respond to the work.